Welcome back to Skyrim. Today we're doing Bleakfalls Barrow. So last time we escaped from Helgen and went to the Jarl. We've sold some stuff, we've made some stuff. Now we're going to do our first proper full dungeon crawl.
It's a nip in the air.
So we're going to head back towards Riverwood and onto Bleakfalls Barrow. So here we are, just going past Riverwood and turning right up the pathway. It's a very windy pathway and it's not that well marked, so you need to watch where you're going. And as you get up to this point, you'll hear a wolf howl. It's always around here. And there's the wolf looking down, and then carry on following the pathway up, obviously after looting the wolf. And we keep going up the pathway, and there we see the tower that Camilla mentioned. So there we are going to just stop for a second, change our weapon to a bow. And obviously in stealth mode we're going to get as close as we can. The three bandits here. One's always stood just under that tree. I'm not doing very well here. That's better. Alright, one more. Yeah, okay, that's that one down. This one's an archer. A couple of good hits there. Alright, he's hiding behind a rock. Let's follow him round. And there he is. One shot. Two shots. Oh, not enough. Three shots. And he's down. And the third one, we'll just loot this one here. We've got carrying capacity, so we'll take most of the stuff, if not all of it. We'll loot the other one first. What should we do? Yeah, we'll loot the other one first. So here, this one has a full set of fur except for the helmet. And that is the warmest light armor you can get early in the game. So if you're playing light armor and you want warm clothing, if you're playing survival mode, then that's the one to go for. I'm not playing survival mode, so I didn't take it. So I'll take the gold. Go on up the tower. And yeah, see if we can hit him. That's one hit. I think my companion to come out now. Let's say I've got plenty of carry weight. Get a reasonable amount of gold for this, so we'll take that. If you go up the stairs, there's nothing on the second floor, but on the top floor there is a chest, and it's quite nice. Shield against frost. We can disenchant that or use it. And as you go down here, you'll see a load of ore there. We will come to that on the way back. And from there you just follow the path up. And you follow the path up and you come to Bleakfalls Barrow. So there are three bandits outside Bleakfalls Barrow. The first one is there. Now your archery skill's pretty low and they tend to move, so chances of getting them quite low, but can increase your sneak. doing very well here. Oh, got that one. Going down, it's going down. This one's going to get a hit on me. It's one down. It's two down. And just level up, which we're using a minute. And you can give it a go from this distance, but it's unlikely you'll hit them. One of the bugs in Skyrim Vanilla is that if the arrow goes out of your view before it hits the target, it dematerializes, which is what I suspect part of the problem here. So we'll get a bit closer. That's fixed with the unofficial patch, which is compatible. And perhaps I should install to resolve some of these little problems. So, loot the bodies, of course, take what we can. Make sure we're fully healed. And what you got to remember is when you're playing survival mode here, you will be cold. So you want to get inside as quickly as you can to warm up. So up the stairs you go. And the top of the stairs, if you turn right, I mean, feel free to have a look around if you're not totally freezing. I think there's a snowberry bush somewhere. If you're doing alchemy, and it's quite a nice view up here. You know, it's worth having a little look. You get a good view of the valley all the way down. There's the snowberry bush. Up here, and we'll go inside now. Go inside in stealth mode. I recommend going through any doors in stealth mode, to be quite honest, just in case there's something on the other side. We'll take that level up. We're going to put it into our health. We will use the perk. Where should we use the perk? Yeah, I think archery, because we're going to use a lot of archery here, and our bow's doing a bit more damage, will be really useful. Now, it is possible to get the shot from here, but generally what happens is you hit the kettle, like I just did, or they dodge like that. Got a good hit on one. Time to end this game. Just one down. Just caught me, but got him. Fine. Been darted. So loot the bodies. Obviously, if you're playing survival, that chicken breast would have been good one. Chicken breast is quite good for keeping you going. It's not obviously as good as the soups, but it weighs a lot less, and it will give you 220 hunger points back, so fairly good. That along with salmon and seared slaughter fish and cooked beef, I think they're all fairly low weight, but give back a reasonable amount of hunger. Right, so follow this through after looting everything, and yeah, your level that you're playing the game at can affect what loot and what containers hold loot, so it's worth checking all the containers. The burial urns and chests. Even if you played through before and it's at a lower level and you didn't have anything in it, it's still worth checking now. There's a potion there. And just follow the path through. It's a one-way path, so yeah, it's difficult to get lost. Now, you noticed I've stayed in stealth mode, and that's quite simply because of this guy here. Now, I always used to attack him, and you can, obviously there's XP if you take him down, but equally, if you just wait, he'll kill himself. Go, we'll loot his body. I'm not taking any torches because in vanilla Skyrim, there's nowhere that's really dark enough to require a torch. It can be used as a kind of shield and to set fire to Draga, but it's not very effective. Can block with the torch, but it's like blocking with a weapon, so it's not very effective. But okay, so puzzle lock was quite simple there. All three were on display. Look for pickpocketing. Potion empty. Take the gauntlets as well. We're doing alright on weight. That gives us a full set of armour if we take the gauntlets, yeah. Just in case you want to go iron armour. Right, so down here are 3 skeevers. Depends how quiet you are being. If you've not been very quiet, sneak skills low, or if you come out of sneak, then they're likely to come up. If not, down, oh, he got me. Alright. Just check, always check on the stairs. Last one, oh, I totally missed that. There. Okay, so scroll of fireball, we're going to use that in a second. Let's definitely take that, that's useful. Okay, you can hear him calling to you. I personally ignore him until I've done everything I want to do. So, skeleton there with a bit of gold. Under all that is a chest. Gold and minor healing. Useful. Check these at higher levels, they sometimes have stuff on them. I'm playing at expert level, so it's kind of slightly above the middle ground. Equip that scroll. So scrolls you get one cast. Whatever the thing is. And I think it takes a lot less magic, so even if it's magic, you couldn't run fast. With a scroll you can. Oh, getting poisoned. Back over, got it. Often what I do there is run in and get him to follow me, and then he can't get through the gap, so you can as long as you can dodge the poison, you can stand back and just shoot arrows at him. But the problem there was, I think Jarl was the elf was in the way, so I couldn't do that.
Help me out of here.
Yeah, spider eggs are worth money. Always also good for alchemy. Right, I'm going to switch to flames. So you could talk to him first. I've talked to him so many times. I've just cut him down instead. Literally cut him down, because I know that he's got a claw on him. And you should really take the journal, but I know what it says, so we'll leave that for now. Just to save on a bit of weight, because journals weight 1 doesn't sound much, but you know, you'll be amazed how often you're like, I'm overweight by 1. So yeah, there was a soul gem back there. Well, don't worry about it. Should have really picked that up, but again,
don't like the looks of
if
this.
you're not gonna soul trap, at least you can sell them. And there are occasions that you do need even empty ones, because people want them, or for crafting. So that was 1. So shooting them while they're laying down gets you a sneak bonus. That's if you hit them, of course. I still got a sneak bonus because he wasn't sure where I was. So that's 2. It's 3 in this room. So, the third one killed himself on his own trap. So these bodies that are laying there, some of them could hold gold at least. Sometimes you get bits of armour, sometimes weapons. It's not normally a lot, but it adds up. You know, you can go through a dungeon. This one, just check that he was dead. Have our arrow back, thank you very much. Especially the wrapped ones, they tend to have a little bit more in them. So, avoiding this trap, you will avoid it. Your companion won't. Companions are pretty useless when it comes to trap avoiding. Again, there's a very good mod for that. Allows for if you avoid the trap, then they avoid the trap. And it's just mucking about, flying around at the moment, but yeah, at least this is up in your archery skill. You level up very quickly at the early stages, which is good because you need to. Yeah, and it's true that when you first start something, you tend to learn quicker initially, and then as things get more difficult, your learning slows down. So yeah, it's logical that happens. Gonna put it into health again because I want to get our health up. I like health, especially if I'm playing a warrior type, to be around the 200 mark. Now, if I was playing survival mode, I might balance it a little bit more, because magic is important for healing, because you don't auto regenerate health, and your carry weight is seriously reduced, so your stamina is important as well. Especially if you play a heavy armoured character, you really can't carry much early on, and if you can't carry much, it means you can't sell much, and if you can't sell much, that affects your speech. It also affects you know, your ability to make gold, and you know, gold has quite an important role in this game. You know, towards the end you'll have a ridiculous amount of gold and people are throwing at you left, right and centre, and you know, deliver a letter and they give you 1,000 gold sort of thing. But at the beginning to the middle, when you got all the houses to buy, and that's increased a lot more with Creation Club stuff. Gold has become more essential, and also with Creation Club stuff, for example the survival mode, you need to get hold of more things like fire salts, which are quite expensive early on. Right, I've switched to the Ancient North Bow because it does a little bit more damage. It is heavier, but it does a little bit more damage. So, oh, there you go, some armour, some iron plate boots. Up here is a chest. Justified the lot that I broke. Right, let's see if we can get through here without skinning myself. Ouch. Oh well, at least it was only one. Heal a little bit. Sleeping Draga, so we'll switch back to the bow, which I hadn't favorited, so we're over at the ancient bow. Just check what arrows I've got. Let's go for the Nordic, they're equivalent to steel arrows. And down he goes. 2 times for the sneak there, we'll take the arrow, thank you very much. Right, the idea here is to sneak in, run back, hopefully your companion will run back, and drop the oil, or your companion doesn't, and just sort of kind of burns to death. So you need to get him out of there, so run back a bit and he'll follow you out, which will get him out of the flames. But the problem is, in the meantime, these boys are turned up, so we're going to have to take them down. The idea was really that they woke up and come running into the burning oil, but it didn't quite work. I just picked up an axe there that I didn't need, so let's get rid of that. And follow the corridor around until you come to this room. In between there and there there's no enemies, so cut that out. Take that one down, loot him. You can have a look around this room. There's a chest, more gold, that's the way out. Just check there's nothing else, which there isn't in this room, but you know, it's always worth checking, especially if you played mods. If you do mod your game, forget everything that you learn really in the old game about where things are and whether there's treasure in a room or not, because mods can change so much. Right, so we come along here and pick up the pickaxe because we're going to do a little bit of mining. So there's a couple ways you can do mining. Let's find it. Come on, it's brain, there you go. Pickaxe, my favourite here. So you can do the standard press the A button and just mine. That can be a little bit slow at times. You can, while in sneak mode, just you can still mine in sneak mode. It's slow as well. Or you can come out of sneak mode and you can just hit it like as if it was a normal weapon. Now here I would just grab these glowing mushrooms. Again, if you're not doing alchemy, they are worth a little bit, so yeah, it's an ingredient worth collecting for sale. Before I switch back to my bow, which I'm going to, I switch to my sword first, so that if I switch to magic in my left hand, for some reason, my sword will automatically get drawn instead of the pickaxe. I do the same when I've been fishing, most of the time, unless I forget. I have fought a few wolves with a fishing rod before. So yeah, we'll grab these, because money. Or shock resistance, ethereal, can't remember what else they do. Right, one shot, two shot. Totally evenly, and I was up quite late last night after stream editing. So pull this down and there we go. Grab that, and we'll grab some more gold, and then we've got a chest that's a novice lock. Undo that. Gold. Oh, they're quite nice. Unarmed strike, 10 extra damage. That is the maximum, I believe, that you can get for unarmed. If you're playing a Khajiit as well, I think that stacks with your claws, so that'd give you 25 bonus to unarmed. Very nice. Okay, how are we doing on weight? Yeah, we're getting a bit tight, but we haven't given anything to our companion yet, so we're fine. There we go, some more up there and up there. We can get to these glowing mushrooms. I mean, Skyrim really did put a lot of stuff in where you have to climb and go off the beaten track a little bit to get to things. I say climb, hop up on things. Actual climbing in Skyrim is, well, it doesn't really exist. It is just hopping from one thing to another. Okay. Oh, yeah, skill increase again. Sneak. His pickaxe, we can. Yep, we did. And down he goes. And I think there's a chest in this room, if I remember rightly. Yep, there it is there. It's locked with apprentice, so hopefully we won't break too many picklocks doing this. One down. Oops. Skyrim does almost reward you for not achieving something. You get, you still learn from picklocking even if you break the picklock, because you've learned something and made a mistake. Grab the armour, because as I said, we're getting towards the end now, and we've not given our companion anything to carry, so let's dump a load of stuff on him, which means we can pick up more stuff. And he will wear what he thinks is best.
Lead on.
So, and through we go. And just follow this path down. You can check in here, there's nothing there. But yeah, as I said, different levels, different things appear. Right, we've got another swinging trap. Let's see if we can do this one without getting injured. So far so good. Oh yeah, and again, pull the chain so your companion don't get injured, and couple of take him down. Now, if you can hit that, yes I did, they will come and investigate and walk into the fire, madly enough, and then you can just pick them off. The other option you've got is there is another fire trap if they come down the stairs. Yeah, the earlier you can get them, the better. Nothing there. Just checking how much weight I had. So, you know, if you haven't got a steel sword, you might want to pick up one of their swords. If you're a sword person, if you still want an iron sword, I've got a steel which is better than that. But their ancient lord swords are better than iron. Sledgehammer's too heavy to carry. We'll take the arrows. We've already got a bow, so we'll take the gold bone mill for any alchemy, and we'll follow it through. And we'll go through another door, and here we have the puzzle lock. So in the journal that we didn't pick up and didn't read, it says if you have the golden claw, the answer is in the palm of your hands. Just, yeah, no, I definitely didn't pick the journal up. So let's have a look at the claw. That's under miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, there it is. So if you look at the claw, it has 3 symbols on it, and it's quite simple. You work from the top down, and each ring has a single symbol on it that matches the one on the claw. So put 3 symbols in, bear, moss, and then can't remember what the third one was. Yeah, owl. So bear, moth, owl. And it swings around and it opens up. So go on through. It leads you into a chamber. Quite an impressive chamber. I mean, the first time I saw it, playing the game for the first time, I remember being like, oh wow, that's quite impressive. It's not aged particularly well, and there are a lot of great mods out there that will improve it and take it back to that wow factor, but we're going to learn the word of power. Unrelenting force. Now, you can't use it yet because you haven't across any dragons, and you need a dragon soul to unlock the word of power. And he's shouting at me, so that's what shouting is like. It's your first experience of shouting. Ouch. Try and stay away from the swords if you can use the bow. Oh. Got him in the end. And his sword is a sword of frost, I think. There's the Dragonstone, Bleakfalls Barrow. That was that's the other item we came for. The first one being the Golden Claw, which we had to use to get to the Dragonstone. So we have that, thank you. Take the shield, take the gold, take the arrow, and we'll take the Sword of Frost. Now you can use it as it is. It's nearly equivalent to a steel sword, or it's equivalent to a steel sword, I can't quite remember. Or we can take it away and disenchant it. Now, if you go to the right of the word wall, that's what they're called, word walls, where you learn the words of power, and do a little bit of hopping around, you come to a chest. And you'll break a picklock, even though it's novice level. And inside, got some fairly good stuff there. I mean, we've got a steel ingot that we can use to improve our sword. We've got some gold, a gem. Yeah, there's some money's worth there. So if you go to the left, just behind this waterfall, there's another chest with a little bit of gold in it, but at least you don't have to use a lockpick on that one. Sometimes there's more. If you're at a higher level, these are level chests, so if you hold off and come here at a higher level, you'll find the dungeon a lot easier, but and the chests will be leveled, but they're never that great. This is your first one, so you're not going to find a set of dragonbone armour. Another chest, some flowers for alchemy. Take the skull, can sell that, has value, not a lot, but it doesn't weigh a lot either. And out of the dungeon we go. As you come out, just to the left is a potion, blacksmith potion. That's quite nice. It can help us improve our blacksmithing skill. If you're right on the edge of going from one level to another, it can just push you over the edge, allow you to improve it slightly more. And get some money. Grundrum ore can be used to either make Grundrum ingots or with iron ore to make steel, so it's very useful. If you're doing half fire, you want to collect quite a lot, because Grundrum ingots along with iron ingot makes a lock, and you use a lot of locks in the half fire. DLC. Probably need about 30 or 40 locks to complete a mana, and there's 3 manas, so you use a lot of that ore and a lot of iron for half fire. So if you follow this through, you'll come to a cabin, and you'll find an old lady at the cabin who will claim to be harmless.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself with me.
If you go inside, there is a Song of Alchemists. You can read the book. If you take it, it will be theft and she will attack. Same as if you go into the cellar, even if you're unobserved going into the cellar, and everything else in here would be stealing. Even if she does attack you and you kill her, it still stays as stealing. So some people take her down and then use that as a storage location. You always get an encounter here. It could be a hostile one, or in this case it could just be
mud crab
Buffy.
the other day. Horrible creatures.
A little chat. And then if you follow this along, the path kind of splits. You can go to the right to go onto Riverwood, or go to the left. And that brings you up to that tower. You don't need to go all the way up. You can go as far as here, and there we can get the ingots, or the iron. So that's with me swinging the pickaxe manually, and this is it going into a third-person automated mining, and you'll get exactly the same out of the ore whichever way you do. You know, you don't get more one way or another, or more likely to get gemstones or anything like that. Switch back to our bow, head down the path, and after this log, no, I don't know why I'm going there, there's no reason to go there, but after this log, if you turn left, it will lead you down. Keep going down until you come across the river. Follow the river along, and you'll see this log. At this point, you can just past it. Is a shallow part that you can wade across. I don't think survival mode gets affected by water, but if you're playing Frostfall, which is a mod for survival, if you get immersed in water, you will get cold. Depending on what water it is, some water is warmer than others, obviously. Right, so back to Riverwood Trader, and hey, we've got a claw for you.
The sooner our lives can get back
Yeah,
to normal.
yeah, I know, we've got it. I don't know why he
You
says
found
that
it.
when you pull in. There you go.
There it
So,
is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing,
what
huh?
do you think, we've chipped some off
I'm
or
gonna
something?
put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Now, get 400 gold, which is nice, but now you can actually rob him blind. If you're doing survival, there's food. You can't take everything, but you know, I think I showed you before that you couldn't take those potions without them being stealing. Well, you can now. You know, you take the garlic and stuff. Under here is a little coin purse. You can check the drawers for anything. It's just clothes in there. You can't take anything from that chest because anything you take from there is stealing. Again, if you're playing survival, it's a good source of salt there. Flour if you need it. You can go upstairs. He will follow you up, but anything that isn't marked stealing you can take. So like the gold, he's not going to complain at all about. So we could take the black backpack, but that would be stealing. We could unlock their chest, but that's breaking the law as well because it's a locked chest. So I recommend against that, and we'll head back to Whiterun at this point. Okay, so as we're coming back down to Whiterun, we encounter a thief. You can tell he's a thief with how he's acting, so we're going to draw our sword ready. Going to get a shield as well.
Alright, hand over your valuables, or I will gut you like a fish.
We can try and persuade him, we can try and intimidate, we can just fight, we can
Nice try,
give them
but
stuff.
you do not scare
But
me.
we're trying to intimidate.
I am
Didn't
not
work.
going to ask again. Then I guess that is your
I'm
last
taking my
request.
stuff, so I'd rather die, but I'm not going to die because it's just a little thief. At this low level it might be a bit close, but there are two of us, so they are quite lethal with their two-handed weapons. That's got us a level up as well, so that's handy. And we didn't even come close to dying, so now we're robbing. We'll take his armour. That's not worth taking. We'll take his dagger. Thank you very much, Ron. That's an iron dagger. We'll take that as well. Okay, so heal up and head on to Whiterun. coming from Riverwood, but that's right. So follow the path down. Okay, so here we come into Riverwood. I keep calling it Riverwood. Whiterun. Enter Whiterun. Now we can go straight to Jarl, but that will trigger the next part, which again you can wait from on, but for a role playing point of view, it's early hours of the morning. I'm tired, I want to get some sleep, so we go into the Bannock Mare, rent a room for the night.
Food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
But also carrying a lot of stuff that I want to sell off, so
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show
we're
you
in
to
the
your room
room.
right this way.
She'll show us upstairs. Now, our companion has decided to change his armour now, and he's wearing a completely different set. Probably leave him with that.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Sell off the Imperial stuff. Okay, so we just sleep. I say it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so if we sleep for 8 hours, that will get us to a point where the shops are open, and we can go and sell off our loot.
Sing you a special song tonight?
Come to a lot of her reading, did you? Oh, I tell the future all right. Right here on the past. What are you looking at?
So just going to go down to the blacksmith first, because most of what we've got is armour and weapons, so that's
Careful.
the place to sell
Got some
them.
good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More
And
inside.
we can pick up a job, so if we ask her if she works at the forge all
Aye,
day,
that I
then
do.
she'll
I've got
go into a little
I hope
talky
to be
bit.
as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgroof the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but listen. Could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward.
And this
He'll
one,
know
you're
that
a
I
little
tried
bit
to
of
accept
gold
it.
doing this, not a lot, but you know, it all counts, especially at these early levels, you know, at least cover the cost
Thanks.
of you're in for the night. So then we go into what we got for sale,
Take a look.
and we can sell all sorts of stuff eventually. Okay, so things that we want to disenchant don't sell. So like the ancient Nord's sword of cold, we want to disenchant that, so won't sell. Now I've sold all the hunting bows because I'm going to stick with the ancient Nord bow. Get rid of the steel dagger. Daggers can be really useful because they're very quick speed. Also, they're good for sneak kills, but we're not at that point yet. So we'll sell the dagger. We'll sell the great sword. I'm not a two-handed person, so yeah, we're going to keep the rest. That we're going to keep for disenchanting. We're going to keep those gauntlets because they're quite useful. We could disenchant them, or we could keep them. Get rid of the shields, the magical shields. We'll keep them. The frost resistant. We'll probably either use that or disenchant it. The banded armor shield is better as a shield, but obviously doesn't have any enchantment on it. But that does
Don't
mean
forget
we
to
can
check inside the
improve it.
shop if you need anything.
Still here. What do you want me to
And
carry?
we'll take off this gentleman everything that no, we'll leave him with his we'll take the iron out. No, we'll leave that. We'll take the iron shield, we'll take the other shield, take 3 of those armour, 1 of the helmet, leave him with the boots. I'll take all this. Right, so he's
Lead on.
sorted. But we can
Have you
sell
met
all
my
that
father?
stuff that we've
He's a
just taken
steward
off.
up at Dragon. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
And at this early stage, you're unlikely to use up all the seller's money, but as you get into later stages, you will a nice speech increase. Sell these one at a time, that helps speech increase. Selling single items. You only get the slider if it's above 5 items. I'm not selling that, but we can sell these. So you know, we made 500 gold there. Yeah, that's not to be sniffed at. And our total, yeah, it's a fifth of our total income. We've got a couple of scrolls there we could possibly sell. We haven't got any food. Probably want to keep most of these ingredients at the moment. There's a couple of potions we can sell, so we're going to get rid of those. A book, yeah, we can sell that. And some stones, precious stones, we can sell them too. Going to keep all the the skull, forgot about that, tankard. I'm going to keep all the crafting stuff, so the skins, so we can make leather, the ore, so we can make ingots. That allows us to then craft things. I really enjoy the crafting side of Skyrim. Not everyone does, you don't have to do it. I just find it makes things easier, and I can be more selective about what I'm making. So we'll sell the potion of illusion, and we'll sell the weak frenzy. And everything else we want to keep there, yeah. Ingredients. So you get 2 gold for each glowing mushroom, so it's 30 gold there. Very little weight if you want to sell them. And we'll sell the skull. There you go, so that's gold to the skull. Our weight's coming down nicely. And now we're popping to Bellathor, the sleazy little man. As the guards describe him.
Everything's for sale, my friend.
They'll try and sell you his sister.
Oh, a bit of this, and a bit of that.
If you had one. But yeah, we can sell him the precious stones. We're given the tankard just to get rid of the weight. It's got no value. Sell him the books. Want to keep that, and we can sell the scrolls, and we can sell him the frostbite poison, which the other lady wouldn't buy. And there's a ring there we can sell. Oh, isn't that? We're done. So
come back.
We're now up to 3,400. So that's another 700 we've just earned across the two. So then we head up to Dragon Reach, and we've got that level up to use, as it keeps reminding us.
The Jarl is,
So
as you can
we're going
imagine,
to see
very
Prentice
busy.
first.
Perhaps I can assist you.
Give him the sword. So there's one of the houses that you can buy that's Creation Club. As you can see, it's quite expensive. At the moment we don't have the right to buy the house in the city,
must be
but we
that
could
weapon
buy
from
the
the
house
Jarl.
outside the city,
Poor girl.
except we can't
So
afford it.
eager to prove herself.
So
I'll
give
present
him
it to
the
Balgruuf when
sword.
his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's
And he'll
Reach.
give you a whopping 20 gold, but you know, all you did was carry a sword up some steps, so right, we're going to ignore him for the moment, and we're going to go straight to the enchanting table, and we're going to disenchant some things. So
Good.
the ancient Nord sword, disenchant that,
I'm
and
glad
it
you
destroys the
know.
item when you
My
disenchant something.
employers are anxious to have
So you learn the enchantment, you can only learn it once, but it does destroy the item. So if you've got 2 items with the same enchantment on them,
The Jarl himself
disenchant the lower value one. It won't increase your skill would increase more if you disenchanted the higher value one, but you can make more gold by selling. So it's a choice.
Time is running, Farngar, don't
But
you?
I normally disenchant the lower value one and sell the higher value one. I'm going to keep those
Bleakfalls Barrow.
gauntlets as well, because there
Seems
is
you
a
are
few
a
times you have to
above the
get into
usual goods the
balls
Jarl
and
sends
they'll
my
be
way.
useful. Right, speak to Farngard and give
That is
him
where your
the
job ends and mine begins.
Dragonstone
The work of the mind. Sadly
and ask
undervalued
what's
in
next.
Skyrim.
You could demand
My
your reward and he'll tell you to
associate
see
here
the
will be
Jarl.
pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share
So
with me.
his associate
information was
is
correct
trying to
after all.
stay in the
And we
shadows
have our
there.
friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleakfalls Barrow and got that? Nice work. Just send me a copy when you decipher it.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon. How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it
So
doing?
I'd take this a
a
bit more
dragon
seriously
has
if I
been
were you.
approached.
If a
We've
dragon
been
decides
summoned
to
to
attack
see the
White
Jarl.
you
So
can stop it.
we'll head
Let's
up
go.
to see the Jarl. And I'll cover a little bit more enchantment in a minute, but until we've spoken to the Jarl, we can't speak to Farngard again to get what we need. So
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. The sword coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my boy. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come
just
after me for
let
sure.
me listen to this bit.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Here, left. We'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
Right, so
I've already
then he'll
ordered my
have a
men to
chat with
muster in the main
Iris.
gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again.
And then
I
he'll
want
speak
you
to
go
you.
with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase
So at this
property in the
point he'll
city.
give you
Please, accept this
well,
gift
give you
from my
rights to buy a
personal arm.
house. So you can now buy a house in the city. It'll cost 5,000 gold.
No.
And he'll give you something from his armory, which is a minor conjuration hide helmet. No good to us, but we can disenchant it. If we couldn't disenchant it, we could sell it. So you know, it's still something. So we'll disenchant it, and there you go. We'll learn the effect. Up to our enchanting skill by a bit. So we're going to see Farngard and grab some soul gems off him, because we haven't got any. Well, I want to arrange so I can show you. Now I plan to use this character for some more stuff, so I don't want to spend all his gold. Normally I wouldn't be enchanting stuff at this stage. We'll sell him the empty ones because they're no good to us, and we'll buy a lesser, a petty,
Remember, your
and a
mind
grand.
is the best
So we've spent 1,800 of our gold, but this is for example purposes, so just show you what we can do. So you can enchant everything that's in that list. You can add an enchantment to, and here's the enchantments that you can add. They're the ones that we've learned, and these are the soul gems you can use to enchant them. So if we choose the Ancient Lord's Bow, can only apply one enchantment that we've learned so far to that. which is frost damage, and it will do 10 points of frost damage, and that 55 is how many charges it's got, so how long before it runs out. And if you reduce the amount of damage it does, the amount of charges go up, and it is basing it on the largest soul gem you have in your itinerary, in your inventory even. So if you change that to the lesser soul gem, you can see that you still get 10 points of damage, but the amount of charge goes down quite a lot. And if you do it again for the petty, you can see, so from 55 uses to 6. So the size of the soul gem has a more effect on the amount of charge it will hold. But you've got to remember also, whatever size you use, you need to fill it up with that size or slightly bigger until you get a perk when it's discharged. So we've used the grand on the bow, 55 shots before it runs out. So we want to put some frost resistance because it's cold in Skyrim, and we'll put that on the boots. So you can see a lot of stuff was greyed out there because you can only put it on certain items. So if we use the petty, we could have put a 1% frost resistant on. If we'd used the lower, we could have put a 2%. As it happens, we've decided not to put either on, so that resolves that problem. Okay, so that's really it for today. We're off to fight a dragon next time, and I hope you're enjoying the video series. If you are enjoying this video series, then please click a like. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'll try and get back to everyone. If you want more content like this, please hit the subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified of it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.